Welcome back. Displacement remains one of the consequences of war in Yemen. Poverty and hunger are threatening the IDPs, among other challenges. This report has more details.
It's the bitterness of displacement and homelessness, poverty and hunger that threaten the lives of thousands of children and women. The suffering of the displaced appears on this mother who fears that her children will die of starvation and cold in a Saimat camp for the displaced east of Ma'rib Governorate. A tragedy that sums up the magnitude of the catastrophe that the displaced people have reached out of deprivation and poverty after the organizations that bore the responsibility of securing food and shelter have failed them. They were unable to secure flour and basic food necessities for these families, so they fled from the hell of war to the hell of poverty, homelessness, and starvation in the middle of the desert without a savior.
We're suffering from the lack of basic needs. We don't have flour, food supplies, or blankets. We're living in this cold and we can't find anything to keep us warm. We are starving and my children have nothing to eat. The humanitarian organizations are not giving us anything. Since the day we got displaced and came here to this camp, we have received nothing at all.
Thousands of families are threatened by the specter of starvation in the camps of El Sayma, El Naqi'a, Wahshan, and the Rahma. While food aid is piling up in the warehouses of the organizations in Ma'rib, where those in charge of it refuse to give it to the needy without any arguments, paying no attention to the suffering of families in the displacement camps. This has impacted the lives of thousands of women and children, that the war made them dependent on humanitarian aid provided by international organizations.
The flour batch provided by the World Food Programme is stored in the warehouse. 3 batches came and we didn't receive any of it. They are not distributing it and we don't know the reason behind that. We call on the local authorities and the humanitarian organizations to look at the people and help us during the time of displacement. They keep storing the supplies till it spoils.
A state of extreme destitution and a catastrophic situation experienced by these families. Their kitchens are lacking everything that the family can provide for their children. Empty pots and empty stomachs waiting for someone to satisfy their hunger. Everyone in these camps is at risk of starving to death. These painful scenes reveal the truth and corruption of food aid distribution, and those in charge of it, including the administration of the displaced, which did not take any measures to meet the needs of these people, despite their repeated appeals.